Hi, Shelley here from Forging Magic. Today I wanted to do a quick deck flip of one of my favorite tarot decks, True Black Tarot. I got this deck about 3 years ago, and as you'll see as we do the deck flip, even with extensive use over the last 3 years, this deck still looks new. It just has held up beautifully and is such a pleasure to use. I can't wait to share it with you guys. So here's the guidebook. This guidebook is important because not only does it have keywords, but the artist Arthur Wang has gone into a lot of detail about the artwork that he chose, including in the major arcana where he has special foil artwork that's kind of hidden. So it really ties in well with the whole idea of the arcana being secret. There's the back of the cards and this extra card there. And now we'll take a quick look at the box. And the box does have a magnetic closure. It's very sturdy. As you can see, my box still looks great even after all these years. And it does have that foil design on it. Now I'm going to go through the major arcana so you can see each of the cards, and then afterwards we'll go through each of the minor arcana suits. As you can see with each of the major arcana, I'm going to spend a few seconds just moving it around so that you can get a look at that amazing foil artwork that's hidden in the back of every image. As I mentioned, it's really important with this deck to spend some time with the guidebook so you can learn more about each of those hidden images and the meanings behind it. It adds an incredible amount of depth to your readings when you're using this deck and provides so much more information, and it adds so much special magical power to this deck. One of the things you'll notice as we go through the deck is that it's very monochromatic. It is going to be mostly white and black. However, there are little hints of red, gold, and even a little bit of green snuck in there. Another thing about this deck is that the cards are all scratch resistant, water resistant, which is really handy if you're using any sprays or oils around your deck. And the scratch resistant is what's enabled this deck to stay looking new even after all these years. And the other thing is these cards, they're so soft. They feel unlike any other tarot deck I've ever owned. This here is the Destiny card, and it is actually a replacement of the Wheel of Fortune card. Here in the Justice card, if you look at that foil design, it's actually the constellation Libra. And here in the Hanged Man, the foil design is actually referencing an Aztec creation myth. And here's the Death card. This card for me, it hits me hard. There's something really special about this card. And the beautiful Temperance with her red hair. As a redhead, I have to appreciate this one as well. One of the things you'll notice as you look at these cards is because of the color schemes that the artist has chosen to use, it's almost as if they glow. They just almost have this iridescent quality to the artwork that just makes them pop right off of the cards. This moon card is so cool. If you see, she's pointing down into the bowl there, and the reflection of her hand is up over her head as well. And I just found this card very profound. And the joy of the sun. You can see those hidden images reflecting on the cards. Just such a special addition to the major arcana. And then here we have the bonus card with the True Black Tarot, which is the Anat, which is the endless cycle of existence, and that's a bonus card, unnumbered. Now we'll go through the minor arcana suits. We're going to start with the wands, and as you'll see as we go through the minor arcana, the artwork quality is maintained throughout the entire deck. However, the minor cards do not have that hidden foil artwork in the back of the images, like the major arcana cards have. And you'll see the color scheme continues as well. It makes this deck very smooth to read. There's nothing jarring about any of the images. They just work together to create such a cohesive story when you're doing your readings. And now we'll do the cup suit. And just some absolutely beautiful cards in the cups here. As you saw, there was a quick flash of that green that's on the Four of Cups. And you can see just the amount of work that went into all this gorgeous artwork. Is just such a pleasure to look at. And you can see how it just flows so beautifully from one to the next as the story unfolds throughout the suit. And now we're going to take a look at the sword suit. This suit in particular I find just so fascinating. Each of the swords has historical references. So for instance, the four of swords that you just saw is depicting a 10,000 BCE blade, stone blade that they found. And the rest of them all have historical or mythological references, and as blacksmiths I found that connection to history and mythology in the blades that he chose to use in the artwork just so interesting. Not to mention the power of this suit. He's just done a beautiful job. And now we'll finish up with the pentacles. And yet more gorgeous artwork. Oh, and you saw a little hint of blue there. As I said, this deck is very monochromatic with just mostly whites and blacks, with just those hints of color that really pop and bring the whole deck to life. And as I mentioned earlier, this deck is 3 years old and has become one of my go-to decks. I use it regularly, and as you've seen, the cards are just pristine. They are in such good condition, and they continue to just have that velvety, petal soft feel to the cards that is such a pleasure to use and hold and shuffle and do your readings. And there's that bonus card. And as you can see, the back of the cards all look like this, so it is fully reversible. And this is the True Black Tarot, and it is available through the creator if you just Google True Black Tarot, and you can purchase directly from them. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. Have a wonderful day.